A better result and performance than the previous 2 games this weekend?
Yeah, it was hard not to be, really. I thought we played well during the game. We created numerous chances, and with the last 10 minutes, I think we were 4-1 up, cruising. Then we just had a mad 10 minutes. I thought our game management in the last 10 minutes really poor. I didn't think we controlled the ball well enough, but if I'm honest, Gabby, we made a lot of changes in the last maybe 20 minutes, and it affected our rhythm, and we got away with it in the end. But it was a fair result. To come out 4-3, it was a fair result.
We had Callum Siles back this weekend. He had a massive impact on the game.
He did. Do you know what? He trains with the first team now all the time. You could see it. He was like a man playing kids football in a way. He only played an hour. We spoke to Ryan and Chris, and they just said play him an hour. So when the hour came, I'm thinking, is it an hour or can we just? And I didn't really want to take him off, but to be fair to him, he did have a really positive impact in the game, and he controlled central midfield, and he did really, really well.
We had 3 under-16s in the starting 11 and 1 on the bench this weekend. They still cope with the pressure after the losses. They're still coming up and they're still playing and they're still performing well. It must reflect well on what they're doing.
Yeah, it's just being patient with them, because these boys train like 10 to 12 hours a week, the youth team boys, and our lads are doing 6, and the intensity isn't the same. So when they come in up, they struggled at first to play at the speed what the youth team lads do, and the intensity, and you're starting to see signs now that they're coping with it a lot better. And it's just been being patient with them, because ability wise there's never been any doubt. It's just physically, and next year, you know, they'll take a lot from this year. They're learning every week, and they'll continue to learn. And I were proud of them Saturday, because I thought, especially Joe Adams Saturday, he was the Joe Adams who we see on a regular basis playing with the 16s, performing at that level, and he performed it at under 18s level, which was brilliant.
Going on to second years, Nathan at the moment putting in great effort, trying hard in training, and it's really reflecting through now in his games, because he's creating chances, and he scored 2 goals on Saturday.
It is. He's nearly coming to the end of his scholarship now, Nathan. So he's all the work over the last 18 months is paying dividends with him in terms of physically. He looks like a man. He looks like he can play a little bit higher now in terms of men's football, and he's a good finisher, Nathan. And he's more of a confidence player. So we just kept trying to remain his confidence high, and hopefully end at season. You know, you never know in terms of his goal tally what he's going to get.
Injury update. Jack Hatton pulled out Saturday morning due to his injury on his knees. Is that all there is? Is it just a... Yeah,
against the Burnley game he got called off, so we trained with the pros, and I think Jack banged knees with Mr. Walker. I'm led to believe it's nothing serious. It just swelled up after training, so it's just precaution really. He's just doing a little bit of rehab, strength and conditioning work on it, and hopefully he'll be back next week.
Rob Arker and T-Son are still out. Also, Dion has been given another 2 weeks rest period after his back scan. What's the update on those 3?
With Rob and T-Son, I think they'll be back full training within 2 weeks, hopefully. Dion might be slightly longer, maybe a month. His stress fracture hasn't healed as well as we would have liked to have healed, but he's a month away, I think, from resuming training. So
Joe and Will Ferry come off with tight hamstrings on Saturday. They got checked, but it's nothing else, is it? Nothing serious?
Yeah, no, they're fine. It's like what I said earlier. With just the intensity of the game, the lads, you know, they worked ever so hard, and they just cramped up the last 10 minutes. I remember when Jacob went up with the first team, it was similar, because it's a different intensity to the game, and you know they'll be stronger next week for it. Both of them worked incredibly hard, and you know at the end of the game they had nothing left, so they'd done enough.
Yeah. Rochdale this weekend, you met them twice last year, victory in the Alliance Cup and then a loss in the league. What's going into this week to prepare?
Ooh, with Rochdale, it's a funny one. They've had Hindu signs over us recently. We seem to have a lot of ball against them, and then they go on and nick one. So I think we need to manage the game a lot better than what we did, especially the last 10 minutes. We need to play in behind them a little bit more and stretch their lines and then play through them. That's what we'll be working on this week. We are fully confident. We scored 4 goals on Saturday, and like I said, we could have scored a lot more goals. So looking forward to the game. I think it'll be a close game. It's about 5 teams, I think, at the moment at the top of the table, and there's nothing between them. So it's the team now for the remaining games of the season who's going to be the most consistent team who will finish out on top. So hopefully it's us.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.